Magyar szólások és közmondások angolul beszélőknek.
Hungarian sayings and proverbs for English speakers. Sitting on a horse.
Úgy ül a lovon, mint a macska a sövényen.
A bit longer this time. Lo is a horse. Macska is a cat, as we've met before. Sövényen is a hedge. Let's have a look at those other words. Úgy means in the way of. Mint is like. And ül is our verb. It means he sits, word by word. Such he sits the horse on, as the cat the hedge on. A bit more flowing in English, I think you'd say, he sits on a horse like a cat on a hedge. That is, badly, uncomfortably. In New Zealand we'd say, like a sack of spuds. He sits like a sack of spuds. There are some positive ways. You can sit like a hossar. Úgy ül a lovon, mint egy huszár. Or even better, úgy ül a lovon, mint egy lovos batyár. He sits on a horse like a mounted outlaw. For vocab this time, we're going to have a look at things you can sit on. Easiest one, szék. Notice that a Hungarian szék has no arms. There's a special word if the chair has arms. And in actual fact, szék can also mean a stool. So it's a thing to sit on. A thing for one person to sit on with no arms. As opposed to a fauteuil, which is an armchair, which is a padded chair with arms. Good segue here. Pod is a bench. And canapé is a sofa. Going back to that horse, you may have noticed that we said it was low, but in the sentence it was lovon. This is one of a very small number of V-based nouns, so called because they have a V in it. Notice that it also shortens the letter O to Ö. So we have lo, which is the nominative, that is the unmarked form, the form you'll find in the dictionary, and that is the subject of the verb. The horse runs, the horse is the subject. The horse sees the hedge, the horse is the subject. The horse eats the grass, the horse is the subject. Next is lovot, which is accusative. Accusative is the direct object of the sentence. I see the horse. The horse is the accusative. You want the horse. The horse is that direct object. She sells the horse. Again, horse is the accusative of that sentence. Lovok is much simpler. It's just the plural. Horses. Lovo is the thing that is possessed. So her horse or his horse. And finally we get to lovon, which is on the horse. Just a couple of other simple ones that you might come across. Kö, which is a stone, and again see the shortening of the vowel. And fü, again the shortened vowel. So let's have a look at what we can sit on and how we would sit on them. So you're getting used to it now. Uluk, uls, ul, ulunk, ultuk, ulnek, which is I sit, you sit, he sits, we sit, you plural sits, and they sit. And we can sit on all our various things by adding our special ending. And the ending depends on the letters in the word. So on or en, depending on whether it is a back or front vowel, and if it ends in a vowel, just an n by itself. I can see you saying, what about the fauteuil? Ah, well, that's a special case. Because it's got those arms, you don't sit on an armchair, you sit in an armchair. So instead of using the on, n, you use ben or bon, depending again on the vowels in the word. So in, we use bon or ben, and on, we can use en, on, en, or un. So let's try that. You can pick up lovon, uluk, I sit on the horse. Seken, ul, she sits on the chair. Kenapan, ulunk, we sit on the couch. As you want to mix and match. You can have a little go with that if you want to. However, if you're sitting down, that is, you are making a movement to sit, you need to telegraph this by putting the prefix le in front of the ul, and you change the endings. So your enn becomes an re or ra. Re, ro means movement onto, and with our armchair again it's movement into, a bit like what we saw with the bold cats where she was looking into the eyes. Same be. Bo be is into an enclosed space, whereas ro re is onto a surface. But we didn't include the horse. You don't sit down onto a horse. A horse is a big thing. You climb up onto it, you mount onto it. So we drop the le, and we use the suffix for movement onto a surface. We're not going into the horse, we're going onto the horse, ro. And you'll see that we've gone back to lo ro, not lo ro. And some other things you might want to get onto, which might surprise you. A train, a bus, a tram, a plane. You get onto all of those exactly the same as you do in English, because even though they're enclosed spaces, they're large enclosed spaces, so we say you get onto it, not into it. We use the into it suffix for smaller spaces, cars and taxis. We also use fel sal. This is probably a more common verb to use if you're getting onto a train or a bus or into a car or a taxi.
Úgy ül a lovon, mint a macska a sövényen.
To ride badly or uncomfortably. I hope you're starting to feel a little more comfortable with Hungarian. If you want more of these videos, don't forget to leave a like. Or if there's something specific you want to say, leave a comment down below.